Hey, what's up, guys? Ready for another match here. We're up against Hang Yuan. We have a completely changed squad here, as you can see. We have a lot of guys who don't normally start out there, with a couple exceptions. I think Yu, for example, back in the back. This is, of course, because we've already won the league and we're focusing on the AFC Cup at the moment. As you can see here, we actually have this match and then one more afterwards. So if we win this, we could finish as much as 19 points ahead of the second place club, which would be quite an accomplishment for an 8-team league. So let's see what happens. We're not quite to invincible territory yet, but we are edging ever closer. There's Liu Chunjie with the ball after Chen Chengju made the excellent interception, or just took the ball straight off of the guy is what he did. And so we'll see what happens. Surprised that so many people showed up to this match, considering how meaningless it is. But I think that they all want to see us come out and see us do well and have a good time. This ball is a forward ball played to absolutely nobody, so Chen Yuting goes back and gets it over to Wang Xiangwei. Chen Chengju now over to Hong Guanda, back to Wang Xiangwei. And he will pass it over to Huang Guanda, whose header is unfortunately off the post. And so that means, again, that we'll have to work on getting this ball back and hoping that we don't get anybody sent off for a red card. That was a ridiculous tackle by Chen Chengju. And I'm surprised that he was not sent off for that. He probably should have been. Chen Yuchun with this now over to Huang Guanda. Lu Qinghua now brings it down the middle. Lu Qinghua still. Chen Chengju brings this one up, and he just gives up possession. But we get it back. Lu Qinghua now, and there was a shot that wasn't close to anything. I'm not sure what that was supposed to be. So that's the end of that. I mean, no damage done in the end, I suppose, but that did not bode well for a young player who we're hoping to maybe turn into something in the future. Here's Chen Yuchun over to Huang Guanda, Lu Qinghua, Huang Guanda, Lu Qinghua again. Pass it forward for Huang Guanda. Good job. And he's in front of the defense and will score. Huang Guanda gets number 9 of the season, and that was pretty simple for him. Huang Guanda is a really, really good player, and he's young and he's Taiwanese, which is that kind of rare combination that we really, really like to see. But we've seen a lot of really good performances from him. That was actually off of the defender's head, honestly, but they're going to give the goal to Huang Guanda, not ruled as a own goal. And so it's 1-0, just like that. And it doesn't really matter how you score, whether it's pretty or not, as long as you do score. That's the thing that's important. Both of our wingbacks end up with yellow cards there in between these highlights. Here's Lu Qinghua over to Chen Chengju, down to Hong Guanda. He finds Wang Xiangwei, who's all alone, wide open. And he knocks that over to Huang Guanda, and somehow the ball gets to him. I'm surprised at that. That ends up hitting the post and going out. I'm surprised that that ended up getting through those defenders. You thought for sure there was no chance of that happening. Tian Yongfu, who we just saw the other day, he comes from Hang Yuan, actually, 17 or 18 years old. Young player, very fairly professional personality, which is a rarity around these parts. And we're hoping that we can develop him into something good for the future. Huang Guanda here with the free kick, looking for Yu Wei, can't quite find him. It's going to be Chen Yuchun who gets this, looking for Tian Yongfu, can't find him. So it's just normal for this level, isn't it, to have the ball kind of pop around here and there, and nobody can find anybody with it. And now we have to worry about a potential counterattack. Well, let's see if we can get the ball off of them. That's the question. And Hang Yuan is offside. It was pretty obvious, so that's not going to count for much of anything. But it's good practice for a keeper to go over and grab that. Tian Yongfu now over to Chen Yuchun, and he's looking for Hong Guanda, who was in a good position but didn't get much. And then Tian Yongfu comes very close to scoring there. That's what we like to see. A number of these young players who I think could develop into something. I'm not sure if we'll be at this club long enough to see that happen, but you never know. This might have turned into a one-club save after a little while. Liu Chunjie wins that, ends up with Chen Yuting, who lumps it straight back over to their defenders. And so that doesn't work very well. Yu Wei wins this header, but we're still not quite able to get onto it. And Chen Yuting now wins over to Tian Yongfu. Lu Qinghua over to Huang Guanda. It's passed forward to Chen Chengju, who's behind everybody, and he shoots and scores. That's number 7 of the season for Chen Chengju, and now we're up 2-0. Now remember, we're up 2-0 over, this is Hang Yuan, they're the number 2 team in the league, we are up 2-0 on top of them, despite the fact that we're not playing with any of our regular starters. I mean, this is literally just the second-string guys that we have out there. and we still have a 2-0 lead, which gives you an idea of just how good our side really is. We're finally advancing to that point where, the reserves that we have are probably good enough to play with and beat any other team in the league. And when you get to that point, good things start to happen. So we go on here to the second half. Liu Chunjie, who I maintain is actually a good player, center back, although some would disagree, passes back to Chen Yuting, and that's the end of it. Other one we have back up there in defense, of course, is Yu Yue instead of, what's his name, Zhou Hongyi, who I think is out. For whatever reason, I can't remember if he has too many yellow cards or what it is, but for one reason or another, he's not the starter. Hong Guanda now with this. Lumps if we're looking for Huang Guanda, it doesn't quite get to him, but now that's head forward for Tian Yongfu and then over to Huang Guanda, who gets the goal, number 10. Tian Yongfu with the assist, and it's 3-0 Mars FC, and Huang Guanda has 2 goals here in this match, and again, he's turning into a real star. And isn't it amazing that he's probably our fourth best shadow striker, right? I mean, he's not even close to one of the better players on this club, right? And yet he's still able to score goals like that and put ourselves on top. Wu Shengjie, who's technically the third choice goalkeeper, though he's probably going to wind up being our first choice keeper soon, winds up getting that save. He looks really, really good. He has looked better than Leibolu in recent matches. Here's Chen Chengju, and his shot is deflected, and that's out for a corner. So corner time. And let's see what we can find if we can't get this ball into somebody's head. Chen Yuchun knocks the corner forward, and we're looking for, I think it was Yu Yue, who can't quite get onto it. Cotter Bamba would have scored if he were out there, but we don't need him to be. And part of the reason why is because in-game there are 3 days between this match and the next AFC Cup match, and we need to win that. So we focus on that one with our stars, and with this one, we just put everybody else out there, give them some game time, make them feel happy, and hope that we get a big win, and that is what we're looking at so far. Chen Chengju is going to come off here. He's looking a little bit tired, so we'll make a couple of these substitutions. Yeah, Chen Chengju will come off for Ling Guanda. We'll give him some time. Chen Yuting will come off as well, and we'll put Cai Yuting out there. And that'll be fine. I think that he can deal with 15 minutes of game time, right before the big game. And then Hong Guanda, unfortunately, is having a really poor match, but we'll keep him out there and give him at least a little bit of experience. You sometimes have a good one, sometimes you have a bad one, and that's just sort of the way it is. As long as we win, my policy is if we win, I won't fine you. If we lose, however, and you play like that, then I will probably fine you. So, we are able, fortunately, to prevent them from scoring. Their shot at the end was off the top crossbar and out. That gives us only a couple seconds left here. Wu Shengjie falls on that ball, and we'll see if he even gets to throw it to anybody. He walks with it a little bit. He will roll it over to Liu Chunjie, pass up to Ling Guanda, back to Liu Chunjie, lumps this forward to absolutely nobody, and it doesn't matter. It's the end of the match. And so we've won this one comfortably, 3-0, 1.14 XG to their 0.13. They only had 2 shots on target, 4 shots overall. We had over 60% of the possession, and we better get used to this because every match is going to look like this one. And so there you have it. We win once again, and I'll see you tomorrow with another AFC Cup match. Talk to you then. Bye.